Hello there, Whipper here, and today I'm going to be showing you a mod called the Light Bridges mod, and this basically adds the light bridges from Portal into Minecraft, so you can mess around with them in your single player or multiplayer worlds, and just have some fun messing around with the light bridges. And this mod also adds other variations of light bridges, such as light rails, light doors, and light barriers. So I'm going to start off with the light bridges, since that's what the mod's called. And to craft a light bridge, you're going to need 4 bits of redstone, 2 bits of glowstone, 2 bits of iron, and a diamond in the center there. And then to use them, you simply get them in your hand and then place them on the side of a block. They won't be placed on the ground. If you try and place it on the ground, it won't work. They only work by placing them on the sides of blocks like that. And then these are what they look like. They're kind of thin. And to activate them, oops, I've got a lever there so it was activated, but you need to give them a redstone signal. So under here I've actually got a redstone set up, so these guys here will be activated when I pull this lever, and boom, there we go, we've got a nice little light bridge. So if you didn't know what light bridges were before this video, you probably now can guess. They're just bridges made of light, and you can see how thin that is, and it's made out of a bluish colour material, which apparently is light. I'm not sure if light's blue, but we'll just go with it. So as you can see, it's gone all the way across here, and these will actually extend for a maximum of 50 blocks, and this can actually be changed in the config file of the mod, so you can extend it all the way up to 100 blocks using the config file. But normally it'll be just set up to extend 50 blocks, but it will be stopped by if there's anything in the way. So you can see here we've got some rail tracks in the way, and therefore these aren't going to extend any further because there's a block blocking them. And while I'm at it, I need to you can actually break these blocks, so when you've constructed the bridge you can actually break the stuff, and then to rebuild it again all you need to do is, oops, that's not right, but all you need to do is just retract the bridge and then rebuild it again, and that'll fix any holes. So I can put a hole there and then just rebuild this light bridge, and then you can see the hole is fixed. So yeah, that's the light bridge. But next up is the light rail. So the light rail you can craft using 6 bits of iron, a diamond in the center again, glowstone at the top, and then a detector rail at the bottom. And then to actually set up this light rail, I'm going to have to get rid of these old ones. It's really hard to actually get rid of the light bridge blocks because they're really narrow and it's hard to get the hitbox for them. But I'm just going to place down the light rails here, and they should be powered theoretically because these are being powered. So if I activate this now, yep, there we go. How amazing is that? So now we've got the light rail set up, and then using this light rail you can actually put a minecart on and ride it across. You can't actually walk across this, so if I try and walk, no, I'm going to fall right down to the ground. Yep, that's probably not a good thing, so don't try and walk across these narrow rails because you're just going to end up falling off and fall straight through them. But if you do want to cross on one of these light rails, you just get in a minecart and then push forward, and there you go. Of course you can't have powered rails on these things since it's a light rail, but as soon as you get to the other side I suppose you could have powered rails set up to push you back the other way much faster, but I haven't done that. But there we go. Whoa, that was interesting. Actually let me just get out and test something. Do these, whoa, creepy cave sound there, but anyway, yep, these connect. So you can actually connect the light rails to normal rails, and they will fully integrate with the light rails. So that's a cool thing to know. And if I get back on the minecart, oops, I'm going this way. I intended to go the other way, but it turns out we're going this way. No choice in the matter. But there we go. Look at that lovely view as we cruise along on a rail made of light, which makes no absolute sense at all in physics, but we'll just go with it because it's awesome. And there we go. I'm just going to get out. So yeah, that's the light rail. Just a cool way of crossing over gaps temporarily. Actually, I need to try something. I'm just going to leave this minecart in the middle of the... Stop, I told you. Oh no, quick, get to the lever. Okay, pull. Yeah, okay, so when you do activate the light rail with a minecart on it, the minecart's just going to fall to the ground. Nothing special's going to happen. I was kind of expecting the minecart to break, but nope, it just fell to the ground. So yeah, that's the light rail. So the next light related item in this mod is the light door. And to craft the light door, you're going to need 2 bits of redstone, 2 bits of iron, a bit of glowstone, and also a diamond. Now the cool thing about these crafting recipes, which I've noticed, is they're all very similar to each other. They all use the same resources, so they're quite easy to remember, and I love this about this mod. But anyway, once you've crafted some of those light door blocks, you can place them only on the underside of blocks, and then to activate them, the same as all the other light related items, you need to just apply a redstone signal to them. So over here I'm just going to pull this lever, and now we should see this door extend downwards, and this light door will extend down until it meets another block, or it's reached its 50 block maximum length. And of course again you can change this in the config file of the mod if you really want an 100 block door or something, but that's a bit insane. So yeah, you can't walk through these of course because they're solid blocks, similar to how the light bridge worked. And if you're in survival, I'll just show you that now, just got to swap over to survival, you can't actually break these blocks at all. Although you could like dig around the side and go through, but that's very cheating and you don't want to do that, and you'd probably put some precautions in place like make these out of obsidian just to deter the person from getting in. But yeah, that's the light door. And if I swap back to creative, you can actually break the thing in creative like that, but that's a bit cheating. So yeah, just ignore that. And again, to fix the light door, all you have to do is turn on and off the signal. And there we go, we've fixed the light door. So next up we have the light barrier, and if you haven't noticed already, the crafting recipe is pretty much the same as the light doors crafting recipe, but it's just on its side. So we've still got 2 bits of iron, 2 bits of redstone, glowstone and a diamond. And these you place down on the sides of blocks in a similar fashion to light bridges, and then instead of them being horizontal, these are pretty much vertical light bridges. So there we go, you can just place them on the side of blocks and you can see the thing is actually vertical instead of horizontal. So when I activate this light barrier using redstone, you can see we've got like a vertical light bridge that's blocking our way, and this of course is the light barrier. And if I was in survival, I wouldn't be able to get past this because I wouldn't be able to break the blocks. Actually I do lie, because you could just jump up here and walk across, and that's a bit cheating, but you've got to make sure that you have precautions in place. You could have like another load of light bridges up here, stopping people from jumping over. Then again, it's Minecraft, it's infinite, there's always a way to get past stuff. So just pretend the player's in adventure mode or something, and that's what you could use this for. So yeah, that's the light barrier. Now to the last item in the mod, which is the gravity lift. Now this is the only item in the mod that's actually programmable, that you can actually change the settings of. So to actually craft one of these, it's a bit different to all the other crafting recipes. You're going to need 4 bits of iron, 4 bits of purple dye, and then an ender pearl in the center. And then to configure this, just right click on it with your empty hand, and then you can configure the height that it launches you up in the air, because it's basically a launch pad. So all we have to do is just like press these buttons to increase the height, and it only goes up to a maximum of 5, whatever that unit is. I don't know, maybe that's the power it gives to you, like a power unit. But there we go, so if I jump on it now, it propels me in the air to the unit of 5, whatever that is. Maybe it's like 5 times 5 and we get 25 blocks fired up. That would probably make sense. But yeah, and you could also decrease the height if you wanted to, but you can't make it negative, because I really wanted it to like fire down at a rapid rate, but no, it only fires you vertically. So what about 0.1? What does that do? It just fires you up tiny amounts, like wee. Okay, that's kind of pointless, but let's do 2.2 for comparison. So yeah, it just propels you up some amount of blocks. I don't know what this unit is, but you can probably figure that out yourself. I don't really have a clue. So that's the gravity lift. And that pretty much sums you up for this mod. It just adds a load of different varieties of light bridge and stuff into Minecraft. So you can have light barriers blocking people's path, light doors hiding your secret bases and stopping people getting in, and then light bridges bridging you across massive canyons and stuff. And also light rails for transporting all your items if you have like a storage minecart. So yeah, thank you for watching. This is the light bridges mod. Please remember to leave a like, and I'll see you next mod video.